Hello, everyone, and welcome to Being Curious. I'm Shelby, health coach here at Sphere Strong. Each month, we are taking on a theme and we're being curious about that theme. Because when we're curious, we get excitement and energy for the challenges that we're taking on, as opposed to feeling like I have to do this or I should do this. And this month, we're being curious about nutrition. And this week in particular, I want to focus on something we've been talking about, which is how do we make a diet sustainable forever so that you actually stick to it for the long term? What if I told you the secret is not more discipline, but less? One of the biggest misnomers with coaches and trainers is that we just have endless supplies of discipline. I'm here to tell you that's 100% not true. If there's ice cream, there's cake, there's fun things around me, I am going to want to eat them and I'm going to eat them. If there's pizza, all about it. Chocolate is my number one favorite food. But obviously, I am eating healthy, I'm getting my nutrients in. How am I doing that? What do you mean, Shelby? How can I have less discipline and eat healthier? The key is creating your own sustainable food diet, your own sustainable nutrition, whatever you want to call it. That is the key to eating healthy forever, for life, because it's something that you can stick to. It's something that leaves you not feeling deprived and it fills you up. How we do this at Spear Strong is through our own personal food strategies. And one of our philosophies and things that we believe strongly is that food is a progression. So it's not something that we automatically change. It's changing through time, little by little. And it depends on where we're at in our life, what our demands are, what our desires are, what our sensitivities are. Personal food strategies are excellent and they are the way to eating healthy because they also include what we call pre-negotiations. So you're allowing for treats, certain fun things ahead of time so that you're not negotiating in the moment, that you're knowing this is the time when I'm going to have crackers and cheese. This is the time when I'm not going to have crackers and cheese. This is the time when I'm going to have a beer. This is the time when I'm not going to have a beer. These are the moments. This is how we get to that ideal 80-20. This is how we get to what everyone talks about you can have everything, but some things in moderation. This is the reality of how we put that into action. Just to give you some examples, and I will say also that your personal food strategies are very specific to yourself. So what works for me and Jonathan isn't necessarily going to work for you, but I love to give ideas and examples. My absolute favorite food strategy, and if you've heard me talk about this, I might sound like a broken record, but it's eating a salad before every dinner. No matter what kind of dinner we have, even if it's all vegetables, we also have a green salad. This has ensured that no matter what happens in the day, we always get some leafy green vegetables in. And like I said, this is a strategy that works for me and Jonathan because we love salad. Not everyone loves salad. I enjoy making it, it's super easy for me. So, this might not be the food strategy for you, but that's to give you an example of an easy way for us to know that we can get these salads in. My pre negotiation for the salad for dinner is that if I run out of greens, I can have a vegetable side that can replace it. I will say this is one food strategy that I very, very rarely take a pre negotiation on. But I will also say on the flip side, we also have a rule that with brunch, there are no rules. So we occasionally go out to brunch, and when we go out to brunch, we brunch. And this is the beauty of your food strategies is that you set it up so that you avoid all or nothing thinking. You avoid deprivation. When we get into these fad diets, when we get into calorie deficits, sure, maybe we lose weight pretty quickly, but it all comes back on and then some. We're teaching our nervous system, we're teaching our body that we're going to go into these starvation periods and then we're going to go back to eating, maybe overeating and eating too much. Slows the metabolism down, does the exact opposite of what we're aiming for if we're doing a diet. The key is patience. Food strategies take a long time. They take a long time to develop. They take a long time of experimentation to figure out what works for you. So, having patience with yourself and writing it down and writing down those pre negotiations. This is the only way to succeed with these. If we just have them in our head and we say, oh, I'm going to do this, it's not really going to stick. So if you need help with your food strategies, hit me up. Let's get together one on one, and I can help you brainstorm the food strategies, practice your food strategies, and really set up this diet that you can stick to forever. Thank you for joining me to be curious this week, and being curious about nutrition bring up energy, because as humans, when we feel like we have to do something, we're going to rebel. So we feel like we have to restrict calories, count calories, eat only this and not that. It's going to have a reverse effect. It's going to backfire. So instead, let's make it fun. Let's eat in an enjoyable way. All right. Thank you for joining me and being curious. I will see you next time.